Right. I mean, I've had some days where the miners are red, but it's been a really good day because the metals went down 3% and the miners are only unchanged. So, relatively speaking, it's a good day, even though we lost money. Today, the miners definitely outperformed, but we made a lot of money. You should have made a lot of money today. And all right, let's go through it one by one. Absolutely phenomenal day. Gold closed at new all-time record highs as per usual, above 4,900. After yesterday's candle, that's saying something. It's a very big. We should continue and take 5,000 tomorrow. We should test 5,000 tomorrow. And to be honest, the weekly candle you're gonna get, even if we don't test 5,000, just even if it's red, it doesn't even matter. It's probably gonna be green because we closed at high of day. But I mean, the weekly candle is gonna be basically looking like it is now. Ideal. It probably goes a bit higher, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know if it closes a high of day, but and that kind of guarantees nothing's guaranteed. Blah blah blah. It kind of guarantees Monday continuation. So between Friday and Monday, you should get a nice test or breach of 5,000, which is, I think, earlier than anyone suspected. I mean, it's got one more week left of January, maybe even more. It's unbelievable. Silver yesterday was weaker than gold. We did bounce by the close, but today we just undid all that. It wasn't that much negativity, but we closed at above 96, right? Closing the high of day, kind of the same as gold. Obviously, we outperformed it by a few percent, by like 1 percentage point, 1.5. Great candle. Kind of ensures that tomorrow we test 100. Like it's happening. And it's been happening for months. But 5,000 gold, 100 silver should be tested tomorrow. And if we don't make it, it should happen by Monday. That's the metals. I mean, at the beginning of the day, we weren't even up that much, but the miners just started to scream up. And I haven't seen that happen in a while. I can't even remember when. It may have happened a few weeks ago, but every day feels like a year, to be honest, with the amount of action going on. But the miners severely outperformed. I mean, GDX is up, same as silver, actually, now that I look at it. But I was looking at the silver miners. With yesterday's candle, remember how weak that is relative to the metals? I mean, I was thinking about a gap fill, but I think that must have just taken a lot of people out. I mean, I trimmed too. I was thinking maybe we come down. Thank God I'm always doing minor trims because this bull market is just non-stop. And I just listened to some Peter Schiff actually. He did a podcast an hour before the close. But it's true, like this is just gonna carry on and he's thinking it's just started. Like this year, last year was the beginning. I mean, it's for me, it's been going on for a while, but so be it. The fundamentals haven't changed, and this candle is a new all-time high close. Very, engulfing, close at high of day, open at low of day, just ideal. And because of what the metals are doing, this should continue. GDX obviously has taken out its high, its record high ages ago. The only one that hasn't is GDXJ. And this one already did its gap fill at 140. Was that it over here? I mean, we just didn't care about it. It was actually a fake level. I was just looking at something that apparently didn't matter. Up we go. That's deleted. Next stop, this one is a bit more obvious than the gap fill, is sort of 156, which should be far, far away. But after today's action, 9%. I mean, that takes a good week. But between Friday and Monday, who knows? You know what I mean? Which means next, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. I was thinking, by next week. No, no, 180. That's a February thing at best. But anyway, ideal up 5.5%. Anything like 5% is just a huge day. Close a high of day. Just going to continue with gold and silver, right? SIL, even better, right? Even better than GDXJ. That's kind of saying something. I mean, yeah, silver outperformed gold, but not by too much. 1.5% is not too much. We've seen silver severely outperform, but SIL taking out GDXJ by a few percentage, by 1 percentage point. Well, anyway, silver miners really stole the show. Close a high of day as per usual. No point in zooming out. Continuation. Where do we go if silver starts to test 100? I don't know. Um, I don't know, another 6% or something. I mean, I don't even know how much percentage points that is for silver to go from 96 to 100. I don't know, is it 5% or something? Another 7%. Yeah, I don't know. Who cares? Up. Silj, same candle, up almost 8%. With after hours, probably 8. 8% close a high of day. And we've seen those days where silver is doing 7, 8, 9, 10%, and the silver miners are up two. Remember that? That wasn't long ago. Pissed me off. 1 or 2 days like this just really makes up for it. And I'm just thinking, if we test, I mean, we only did like, I mean, if we test 100 tomorrow and we have the same sort of attitude by the miners, that's going to be another 8% move, give or take 2%. Incredible. And we'll get to the miners. In fact, I should get to them right now. But let me, just before I do that, remember I was looking at SILJ versus silver. Was that it? Or the other way around? Yeah. We hit the bottom. Today, that's all we did today. Little, what was it, 4.5% move? We're at the bottom. Like we should be here. We should be at one. And I was just saying maybe we go back up here. Yeah, yeah, we definitely will. We'll go even higher, preferably on an up move in silver. And maybe that's what's happening. Maybe we're just gonna go up to we're just gonna go higher, aren't we? As silver tests, breaches, and continues past $100. It's just gonna be a phenomenal return. And this is when I thought miners were exhausted. But the money that came in today, I felt like it was new money. And and actually Schiff was saying he could see the inflows was just like new money. I think we also had the inflation numbers out, the core or something, like 3%, the sort of the fakest of all the inflation number, even that was 3% instead of 2.7. So maybe you can tell the mainstream people like those mainstream numbers, and even that sent them to bit late, but that sent them to silver, gold, and the miners. And I mean, it's true, right? What did they say? All of the silver miners combined doesn't equal the market share of Apple or stuff like that. Like, just imagine the big money starts to come in. This could just go way higher, like real parabolic. We think it's parabolic because we've been in it from the beginning. And you're looking at these prices, you're like, Jesus Christ, but these guys like chasing stuff like that. And this could carry on for a long, long time. And fundamentally, nothing's changed. Anyway, etc., etc. It was an unbelievable day. Let's begin with the gold seniors, which didn't do anything crazy compared to the silver ones, but still close at all-time record high, closing a high of day, should continue with gold. Newmont up 2.5%, average. Barrick weak. It was like one of the only stocks I looked at. I thought, Jesus, that is embarrassingly pathetic. No, there's another one. There's Metalla, but that can't. What's that? I mean, I know 50 is a big number and it is resistance and it's kind of a little bit obvious resistance. But come on, a day like today, if you test 5,000 gold tomorrow, what are you telling me you're going to be red? It's got to be above 50. We need to close above 50 for Barrick just to go a little higher and test its all-time record high, which is 56. Actually, it needs more than 10%. Okay, maybe it's just tired. It's allowed. But the big money, they're going to start going into GDXs and individual stocks. They will choose Barrick, right? They like the big names, stable big names. So I'm just holding Barrick. I did two trims at the beginning of the day. And they were good till cancel orders that were in tiny, pathetic sells as per usual. They hit straight away. I'll get to them. I think it was EXK and First Majestic will CD two silver. But otherwise, I just removed everything. I was like, Jesus, this is strong, and the metals haven't even moved, and I could see them moving. And I thought, I think at this rate, we're gonna test 5,000 and test 100 with this. The close is gonna be good. Friday is guaranteed to keep going up, and Monday probably continuation. So I just removed my cells and basically got greedy. Agnico, look at that. After yesterday's candle, it's pretty impressive that some of them just 4%. Agnico has just had strong days recently, strong like 6, 4%. Close at new all-time high. Up we go with the metals tomorrow. Pan American Silver, which I should really cover with the silver stocks. I need to start doing that. Look at this complete copy paste of SILJ, even though it's an SIL stock, it's a senior. Ideal day, close at high of day. Who cares about 60, right? Like 60 was clear resistance straight through like it wasn't there. It wasn't there. Closed just on the 62, almost 8% high of day. Wait till we test 100. This thing will just be at 65 or something. Basically, I expect another day like today, tomorrow. That's hard to do though, back-to-back 8% days, but still big numbers being tested tomorrow, I think. So, and Monday. If Friday really does go like that, if Friday has a bit even bigger day, maybe because of the 5,000 and the 100, and imagine you close above those two numbers. in the respective metals. Monday is kind of, all right, let's do a little bit more. And then maybe we get a retracement, like 3 days retracement, some minus 2.5% or something. Of course, I'll be trimming those days when we actually test it. But anyway, Pan American, absolutely incredible. We turn the next one. That actually didn't take out yesterday's high, but still 4.5%. If tomorrow happens the way I think, we should be testing 150 there. Hmm. I think Wheaton is no problem. I even heard another Rick Rule podcast today where he just reiterates Wheaton. I think it's his favorite one. No problem. This is just to hold it for as long as the bull market carries on and it just goes up. It may even keep going up after the bull market because it's just the business model, the royalties. It's just money making machine. Franco Nevada, all right, new all-time high. Close at yesterday's high. Fine. Up 2 and a bit percent. Fine. No problem. Average. What do you expect? Gold, senior royalties, not going to outperform the crazy silver stocks. Metalla, I thought it did worse than Barrick, but actually it's not as bad. It did pop up and make a new high like the last 52 weeks, if you know what I mean. At least it didn't close red, so it wasn't as bad as Barrick. Let's just see it red after hours, but it could be a fake bid. It's been weak for ages, so not the biggest surprise, but come on, come on. Tomorrow, let's close above 860 and we forget about it. And let's try and get to 11. This one just seems really tired. I don't want to get complacent with all the stocks. I got like 80 stocks, you know, and I start forgetting these and start going down. I'm wondering whether to look more at this one and just sell more and just put the proceeds elsewhere. Metallic, it has gone from like 2 till 9. All right, I'll think about that later. I am gold. I had a crazy day the other day. Actually made a new high yesterday on the big red day, and today I had another 4% day. Not bad. I think that's overall fine, makes sense, and obviously it's had a crazy move already recently. So let's close above 2050 and basically head for the all-time high, right? 23.5. I think tomorrow definitely we're above 2050 if it's an update. And then Monday, okay, it'll take 1 or 2 weeks maybe, as long as gold and silver keep going up. And then we make all-time record highs in iron gold. Another one from 2 to more than a 10x. Unbelievable. And it's just had recent good news, so it's momentum's with it. Equinox, very nice. Yeah, that was a brutal candle yesterday. Very hard, like engulfing, bearish, like the opposite copy paste. That's really good. That's really good, actually. Fair enough. 7.5% for a gold stock on the day where silver steals the show. But the silver miners were strong. I mean, I've got a SILJ that I'm constantly watching, but it doesn't really care about the markets. Even the metals were going down. SILJ wasn't budging. I knew it was going to close a high of day. Anyway, this is not a silver stock. I expect this to continue. We've made all-time record highs. No point in zooming out. Upwards and onwards to 20 as the bull market continues. Tomorrow, I expect a green day, so yeah, let's maybe test 17 between Friday and Monday. Very nice. B2 Gold did okay. I noticed yesterday it was quite strong. Yesterday was a big red day for a lot, and this one was green yesterday. So today, good continuation. Didn't close a high of day, but 5.5% is good. I trimmed this at 529. It was an auto good till cancel I had in, and I think I got another one at 589 up there. Makes sense. But this one was chilling at 529 for ages. I noticed, tick, 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 whilst everything else was going up. And well, anyway, that was clear resistance, I think. Very nice, not bad. This will end up going to 6, maybe next week. And then me, who wanted to sell it at 479, I did a very light trim as usual. We end up at 6, and who knows, February you could end up even higher. Wow, not bad. Not bad, actually. That'd be a great early recovery in 2026. Harmony, mm, average, below average, actually, 2 and a bit percent. Fine, whatever. I don't even think there's any individual news. It's just 2.5%. Tomorrow should be testing this 2380. And Monday, if we keep going, close at 24 plus, and then it looks really good again. Aris Mining, yeah, below average day, but this has just been storming non-stop. Just got to close above 20, 40, 20, 50, and then upwards and onwards to I don't even know which price. Bit of an underperforming. It was really this one, Metalla and Barrick, I think, that really stand out as underperformers. SBSW, boom. This one I had a good till cancel in. Where was that? 1849. Yeah, yeah, of course, 1849. And it's the last one before I probably got 20. I probably got two. And if I don't, I should probably have one at 1999 and 2049. Boom, boom, two tiny ones, and then it's done. And you know what? I would say, and I did say recently that I would probably think about closing or selling a lot, but I was looking at platinum. I don't want to get sidetracked. Look at that. New all time. Is it new all time? But look at that candle today. Six and a bit percent. More than 6.5%. Weekly, gone. So, gold, silver, and then platinum is the next one. I don't own platinum, but I do own obviously SPSW. Palladium, though, that one's also looking like it's 1 day behind platinum. Boom, straight through 2000 tomorrow. And then what? Oh, I took the wrong chart. I've got the lines everywhere else. But anyway, then it's, 2000 sort of 300, and then boom. This is gonna, well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but bam, look at that. That's why I chose palladium instead of platinum. But SPSW, with what happens to gold, silver, the miners, and then you got platinum and palladium, this can easily get to 20 and keep going. So I'll make sure they're little trims. All right, silver, First Majestic, delicious. I did think that this is resistance. It was 23, nice number, but more importantly, this descending line. It was 2 days resistance. Boom, straight through 24, which is, whenever I get these descending, God, I hope I don't ruin this. Whenever I get these descendings, I always like to confirm it with the next horizontal, right? It's like confirming that the descending's taken out in case I'm off by a few millimeters. If you take out the horizontal, obviously, like geometrically speaking, it's guaranteed that you took out the descending because you took out the horizontal. You can't, bend the line that poorly. And here we closed above 24. Do you know what I mean? So not only did we take this descending, not only did we take out the horizontal, which is also a big round number, but we closed above it. It's like pluses with, with the silver price going up, the silver miners, news that helps it, inflation. This is monster breakout stuff. 9%. Next stop, well, you would say it's 20. I do say it's 25, and then you could even say this little 25.50, this little point over here. Who cares, man? 27. If we're gonna take out 100 tomorrow or Monday, whatever, I think it's gonna happen. How much of a move is that, right? A 9-10% move. Basically what we did today. What we did today would take us to the 27 test, all-time record high. And just a couple of months ago, we were like five, fours, and all this. Incredible. Um, yeah, so I don't know. Next week, are we above 27? What if we keep going past 100? What if 100 is just like this fake thing we just knife our way through and it just goes to 103, 107, 113? Like what's first Majestic's going for 30? This is huge, hugely significant candles, and it's backed by good reason. So it's unbelievable. CDE finally back to its regular scheduled behavior. This was resistance, just like AG. Two little red days, you're at resistance, stubbornness, blah, blah, blah. 2350 straight through. Just open. Look at this. Open at low of day, close at high of day. But really, and post market still going straight through its last year's 52-week highs. Straight through what I thought would have been a little other resistance. In fact, I had a sell then, I removed it because I'd already, I think I trimmed this one. I'll have to check. Was it this one? No, it wasn't. It was AG at 2384, Heckler at 2989, EXK at 1299. All right, it wasn't CDE. Good, because it just kept going and closed the high of day. and I don't think I've got no sells. Clear skies until 30. I mean, you got a bit of a gap there, I think, but I'm in no rush. And I love CD, and I think it's going to start outperforming. And today was the best miner. If I take away some of the silver, the juniors like Juan Juanto and all this, forget those. I'm talking about the big boys. Next stop, yeah, I don't know, 30. If I really want to zoom in here, I could probably um find something. We don't have to do this now. 28, 50, this gap, fine. But whatever, basically upwards and onwards, no resistance really until high 20s, 28, 29, 30, and then this little 32. I'll start trying to get cute again around here with the little trims, but I've got no sells in place for CDE. And I think we could have another huge day tomorrow. And then between today and tomorrow, you could have like 20% in CDE, which is just, you can't ask for more. Finally, the miners are starting to do what they should have done when with silver going up this crazy. And maybe we are just going to start outperforming and making up for the last, I don't know, several weeks of bullish up in silver. Maybe people are starting to realize it's not just the inflation on it, but these are serious buys. These earnings are serious money. Um, Maybe them being late is what threw us off because we were like, what the hell's going on? Why are the miners not moving? But now they're moving. Heckler, 8 and a bit percent. It was the same thing. 8 and a bit, 12 and a bit. It's the same thing. Huge up move, straight through 30. I don't even know if that was supposed to be a number. Um, I don't think so. I had no lines. I have to go to the weekly. I've got no lines. I'm basically a deer in the headlights. I don't know what's going on here, but in a good way. Sort of, I'm not about to get crashed on. I'm about to be given a lottery winning ticket here, and I'm just, dazed by it. I guess there is a resistance there from that candle. I don't want to start doing this, but I'm not going to do it. I'll stick to the weekly. Tomorrow we're going to keep going up. What does it matter if we're at resistance because of this little candle there? There's no real resistance until 35, 35.50 or something. And honestly, if tomorrow is as good as it, look at this ridiculous move. This is supposed to be impossible. If tomorrow is another crazy day and Heckler really, it doesn't matter how overbought, I thank God I don't have the RSI, I'd be way above 90 right now. It doesn't matter how crazy the move is. Heckler keeps going up when silver goes up. That is the one miner that has probably outperformed all of them and been most dependable, to the upside with exposure to silver. It's been Heckler. So if silver is up 7% tomorrow and it's at $103 or something, Heckler's gonna be up 10% roughly. So you could actually start testing 35 tomorrow, which is incredible. But there I would sell, of course, goes without saying. I'm not going to ignore this 1980 all-time high, even though everything's probably changed, the business is completely different. I respect the candles. Ideal day, ridiculous, kind of, I don't really know what else to say. EXK, even better. I mean, today it hasn't outperformed Heckler. It's been quite weak, I would say, relative to Heckler. But today, I mean, hasn't made up for it. But look at that. If you could draw a candle on Microsoft Paint, it wouldn't be as ideal as this one. Open at low, close at high, after hours keeps going. Made a new all-time record. This one I sold 12.99 just to respect the all-time record high. A little 21 gun salute, and then it keeps going. Next up, I don't know. Fibonacci, whatever you want to do, just look at silver. I'd say look at the maybe Sil J, but not even just well, Sil J's also gone. SIL. No, that's gone too. They've all made new all-time. GDXJ, I'd look at GDXJ, but that's not even a silver miner. It's more like a gold mid-tier. You kind of you got no other instruments. It's just silver. So that explains why so many of my cells have gone. Most of the cells that I have in place, all these little cuts and everything, they're more for the stocks that have not taken out their record highs yet, because they're more easy to identify sell points, like just below levels. But once they've done what EXK has just done, I kind of remove the sell, and when I'm going to sell, it's just because I'm looking at the metal or the markets, or I don't know. But it's kind of cool to remove a lot of the cells. I can see everything a bit more easily. Looking at this now, CDs up 13.5%, incredible. EXK ideal. Um. Oh, there's someone asked me to look up SSRM. Fine, I'll do that. Been a long time. I was in down here, sold like on this move up, 9 to 11. I forgot when I was all out, and it's just kept going. I mean, it more than doubled since then. And look at this. Wow, 12.5%. Jesus. Well done. Well, that's your new resistance. And it goes now to Jesus, 36. Well, this is just brilliant. My God, if I held it from four and never sold. But I did take the proceeds elsewhere, which also went up. It's pretty hard to beat this chart. Wow. It's a beautiful thing. Well, well done if you're still holding that. And where's the record high? Why, it can more than double almost. The juniors, now that's all settled. I got Aya Gold. Go on, I'll do that one. I'll try and do it fast. Yeah, popped its head above. Not as good as the other ones, but still 5.5%. That should keep going. That's taken out its record high. Go on, let's do the other ones. Jag, it's been a while. Jaguar mining, nice. This one should go towards 11 or so. Well, 11, no resistance until 11. Doesn't mean we get there in one straight line, but it should eventually get there. Another one, Tudor Gold, a real new entry. Haven't even looked at it since I bought it. Wow, okay, that's a good buy, I guess. 90 cents. Yeah, okay, that's pretty it's a pretty damn good buy. It's just gone up non-stop since I bought it, I would say. That's a good buy. Um, Aftermath, AAG. I'm on the Canadian exchanges for these. Yeah, new all time, that makes sense. 7.5%. Yeah, that should go to 170. I don't see anything really. You could find places to stop off, but this should go there. I mean, imagine the silver price sustains. Imagine it goes up to 100 and something, comes back down. Support is 100, just like 50 kind of was. Or was it 46 or something? Imagine that happens, and then silver keeps going up, and people realize, wait a minute, 50 is 100 is not resistance, it's the new floor, and Jesus, we get to 200. That's how you get these things to go all the way up, I think. SSV, Southern Silver. I haven't even looked at these because I'm just gonna hold them for months. That retraced a bit too much, so it's trying to undo the damage. 10%, fair enough. Next stop, obviously, is the old high up here. Then what? We actually kind of retested this, didn't we? Even though we bounced above touching it. Next stop, oh, this has a long way to go. This could really scream. That's why I own it, I guess. Next one, Galway Metals, TSX, underperforming, pathetic. But I think this one really is a story rather than a follow the metals price. Well, I hope so. I don't know much about it. I just bought it because the people who touted it, but I don't have much in it. I don't really care too much. It's more the other stuff that I always follow every day. Juanto, huge day. This one is my biggest winner, but I don't have that much in it. But still, 20% is respectable. This one is the one that's really supposed to be leveraged to the price of silver. And I think we're finally getting that being shown. All the other days it went up. It kind of went up with silver, but today is your first day where it's like, this is what I'm supposed to do when silver goes up a bit. And if we have more days like that, it could do huge runs. It could, God, it's hard to tell where it goes to. Apparently 180 is what I've got, which is like a double from where it is now. But yeah, good day. Next one, I think I had a bad day. Yeah, what's this about? What the heck is this about? Another silver stock that's supposed to be leveraged, blah, 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 down. Minus 8.5% must have been news. Anyway, I'm in it for the long run. So Exelon Resources up 11 and a bit percent. Not bad after the last two candles. Needs to close above this sort of 60 before it goes up to 80 and then, well, then it can really run. And finally, LOD, the absolute latest entry. I haven't told you guys about this. Another one that was touted. Was it Load Gold? Yeah, Load Gold Resources. I mean, it has spiked a lot here. Nice day, 6 and a bit percent. But it's another one where the story is supposed to win long term. Jeez, I usually never, oh my God, I never buy charts like this, but when it's a bull market, you're making a lot of money. Like, yeah, a little 500 there, 1,000 there, you're throwing it around. But who knows? Some of these can really 10x and actually compound. All right, that'll do. Incredible ideal day, best day of the year, best day in a long time, actually, including some of 2025 where we made big gains. It's just because the silver miners really outperformed, especially some of the key ones where I've got a lot of money. Beautiful day. And because I think tomorrow and even Monday we could have some follow through. Let's see. Enjoy this. We deserve it and it never stops. And let's see what happens tomorrow.